261 players played in Lethbridge. 40 of them played the National Hockey League, which is almost 15% of the players.
Mark Wenninger has been a fan of the Lethbridge Broncos his whole life. He worked at a gas station in Lethbridge during the team's inaugural 1974-75 season, and players like Brian Trottier and Brian Sutter would come in to get gas. From there, Wenninger began to develop a relationship with the players. Recently, he started looking at old archives of the Broncos teams, and that's when he decided he would create a book chronicling the history of the team here in Lethbridge.
I've never written books or written stories, but it was just something that I was interested in and something that I thought I'd do. And so I started with that. Once I completed that, then I thought, I've done summaries of 1974-75. Why don't I do summaries on all the seasons?
The book will feature biographies of the players, as well as interviews that showcase their individual stories. There will also be old pictures of the Lethbridge Broncos teams, and individual stats from each player will also be highlighted. Wenninger ended up completing 25 interviews for the book, with the potential of more still to come.
I was able to get a hold of Rocky Saganuk. Rocky Saganuk shared a contact with Brian Trottier, who was probably the greatest junior hockey player to play here. He was willing to do an interview, so I did Trottier. I did the Roughs. We had these guys sharing their memories. It was tremendous, listening to them, telling their stories. Very humble.
The Lethbridge Broncos used to play at the Canada Games Sportsplex, which is now the NMAX Centre behind me. Wenninger says he will donate all the proceeds from his book to the Heroes Hockey Charity, which specializes in helping out marginalized youth through the power of sport.
And then we have 9 programs throughout Western Canada called Superheroes, which are they're adapted hockey programs designed especially to make sure that players living with physical and or cognitive disabilities have the opportunity and have a pathway to the game of hockey that to date, they haven't had any way to play. So we make sure that kids from all sorts of backgrounds who otherwise wouldn't get on the ice are getting a chance to call themselves hockey players, but also getting the mentorship and the support that they need.
Wenninger is hoping to have the book published and up for sale by September. For Bridge City News, I'm Micah Quinn.